Hey everyone, this is the Trader Investor. Happy Tuesday. I took off the last few days. It was a long weekend here in the US, so I didn't really do any videos. I wasn't doing any analysis. I was just taking a long break. So we are back here, back at it again this week. So happy Tuesday again. And we are going to look at the markets. What are the markets saying to us so far? What are they doing, and how are we preparing to take action? So let's start with SPY. To really start with SPY, let's go to the ES futures. And the futures, as you can see, they've been driving up. They're just driving up and up since Sunday night. It's just been driving up. So in ES then, what I am seeing is that we are going to open near all-time highs. We're going to take care of this order block here. That's what's left when we made all-time highs. This is the hourly order block marked in green. When it's daily, I have marked it in blue. And so looking at this order block, we are starting to look like that we want to head towards new all-time highs. Now we don't know that yet. Because we don't know that yet, depending on where we open and where we make the 15-minute range, this is where my question is there room of $1 to the downside to target this 15-minute range high? Is there room to the downside to target the highs of last trading day, which was last day of May, which was last week Friday? Is there room to target that $1? If not, does price penetrate that, come back, retest it, and then want to come back down? Yes, but however, when we retest, then the next area that we want to see, I'm going to clear this, is the next area that we want to see is, are we going to then clear this area? Is there $1 to that area? Because once we've cleared the first one and we retested, we're definitely going to go to the second one. We're definitely going to go to the third one, and then we're going to go to the low. So is that what we're going to do? Or are we going to make a new all-time high? For the new all-time high, I want to see, is there room of $1 to go up to the all-time high? If we reach there, reject, it's okay if we reject one time and test it again and go higher, beautiful. But if we go there, reject, and make a lower high, and then now I can start to think about targeting these numbers. Or, you know, the other thing that could happen, again, because we have to look at all of these possibilities, is that price is going to drive up, drive down, drive up, drive down, drive up, drive down, and just stay in this range. It could become a very low range day. We have yet to see what will happen. But when price gives us a good indication that from the highs to current price has already gone 0.2%, about 80 cents. That's pretty good indication that we might be driving high. Or the other way to look at it is from the close of Friday to where it could open. That's a 2-point move. That's a pretty significant move. So these are the possibilities that we have to look at, right? So because it already made a $2 move in the pre-market, it's possible that it could keep driving up. But we just trade the chart. We don't trade what we anticipate. So if we look at the Qs again, making significant move, 52 points in the NASDAQ futures. That's a pretty good move. And what are we going to target? So this tricky one on this is we have a lot of room to the upside. And even if we go to the hourly, in the cues, we have a lot of room to the upside. We have this area. We have this area that we need to play with as a high, so we want to clear that. And then the next is somewhere in this area. So this is something we should consider. We should take a look at that for sure. So if we go back to our 15-minute chart, then we have some room. We have some room to go. However, because we are opening right here, right smack against the 15-minute range high of the last trading day, and we have these highs here, I want to see price really break out of this and do this. Or I want to see a 15-minute range made right about here. We open here, we come down somewhere, doesn't matter where this down is, because what I want to see is, I want to see price test this again, come back down, doesn't go too far down, and wants to break up. The reason why I want that is because it's going to make sense, I believe, to go from here to these highs here. It's 57 cents right now because it's of where it's going to open. So as soon as we get a good clear indication, right, when price tries it and it comes down to retest some level and goes up, does it give us that $1 move? That's what I'm interested in. If it doesn't give us that $1 move, then do we then test these highs and then do this, or do we test these highs and get a rejection? This is what I'm interested in. Again, even if there's a rejection, I don't see a dollar move to these highs. That's where my downside first sign of trouble is. That's where I want to take profit. So this here, and we have this, we have this, we have this, and then we have the low. So I don't know about the cues. I don't know if the cues are setting up nicely for me. It might be one of those days where there's no entry for me in cues. IWM, where IWM is opening, is pretty good. So here's what's interesting. I want to go to the hourly chart and show you this box here is my accumulation box. This is what I have identified. It could either be accumulation or distribution in the Wyckoff theory. I am thinking this is an accumulation, and because this is an accumulation and price has now this price closing here right above it is not a clear indication, but when price is now doing this, I want to see price really drive up, test those highs, and continue. This is what I want to see IWM do. This tells me a very strong bullish momentum is behind us, and if IWM starts to lead, every other market is going to follow. So this particular setup is not something that I look for today and enter for today, exit today. This is a potential swing position to capture a significant move up. Significant move up because we have a possibility to target this order block here. Quite a good distance depending on where our entry is. Some between 228 and 230, targeting to 234. That's a $4 move. That's a pretty good move for swing it trading, right? If we want to swing it, that's a pretty good move. So that's what I want to target. This is what I want to see the setup be. But now coming back to our 15 minutes chart, then coming back to our 15 minutes chart, this is where we are opening, way up here. This is where we are opening. We're above here, so we could even get that today. We could get price drive down here and reject this down here. If this is a rejection, I'm entering somewhere around the 227 area. I'm entering right away, and I'm going to have my stop right below here and entering here for a swing position, because this is, for me, it's E3. This is the best entry. As you can see here, we drove out, but we closed inside. So there was no E3 for me when we did this, right? There was this expectation. This last line is not an expectation for me because we closed inside the box. So therefore, what I saw here was actually a lower high where price was driving down. Lower high, but then it failed to drive down. So because we did not breach these lows, I was expecting price to do this, right? And so today is one of those days where it's beautifully set up. It's way above here. I would really like to see a retest somewhere in this region. Now the other possibility, we don't get that retest, we missed it, so price continues to drive up and we get a retest somewhere here and we enter. This would be the next opportunity that we enter when we get a pullback. So let's all prepare for that. Let's really prepare for that. And on the 15 minutes chart then for today, depending on where that 15-minute range is made, do we have a dollar to the downside? To the upside, we have plenty of move to the upside, so we can take the upside. But to the downside, do we have a dollar? Do we have a dollar? Because to the upside, you see, there's really nothing that will get in our way until we get to this area. Actually, I'm going to mark it. I'm going to mark this as a reminder. So this is area we have cleared. This is another area that we have cleared. And so the next area that I'm going to target is this one. I'm going to have all this that I want to target marked here. There you go. I'm going to mark them. The reason why I want to mark those areas is so that when I get my 15-minute range for today, let's erase these drawings. When I get my 15-minute range for today, what is my next target? That's what I want to look at. What is my next area of trouble? So if I clear this, do I have a dollar to here? There's no dollar from the two areas of trouble, but depending on how we clear it, right? If we clear it, come back and retest some area and then go, this is where I'm going to measure from this pullback swing. Do I have a dollar? If yes, that's where I'm entering. Same thing to the downside. To the downside, we have this line here we have to look at. They have this line here to look at. So again, it might be one of those days that we stay in a tight range and there's no entry for us. So that's what I'm looking at. And we'll be done soon here. I know it's going to be one of those a little bit longer videos because I didn't do anything over this last weekend. So YM, as you can see, 250 points, is coming out significantly up here. And we don't have a lot of area of trouble because of where we're opening. We have this gap to close. That's what we need to look at. So I'm going to mark this area as a reminder. I just want to go, oops. I want to go here and really capture the low point here. That's what I want to do. I want to get this low point here. That's the low point. We're above it. And then what is the next area? Once we clear this, the next area we need to clear is this area here. So I want to see what price does does it give me that dollar entry to this area, because that's what I want to clear. So that's what I'm going to look at in the diamonds. That's what I'm going to look at, and based on where we're opening way up here, we might have some significant move to, we have cleared this, do some retest, and boom, and we have our dollar move here. I see, probably diamonds could give us the best entry, but we don't trade what we think, we trade what we see. We have another 17 minutes or so left before the markets open. So we are ready, we're prepared. This is how I'm looking at the markets, and this is how I'm looking at taking advantage of them. So let's come back later on today and see how the day went. And real quick, because there's a lot of talk on AMC is already up 5 points today in the pre-markets. We shall see what it wants to do near the highs that were made on Friday. Does it want to keep pushing up or down? We want to see. I don't want to make any 15-minute range day trade decisions on AMC. I have just a swing position because of the expectation with the share manipulation. So I just want to monitor it and just mention it here. It's already making a significant move up in pre-markets. What is it going to do the rest of the day? All right, everyone, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.